Hey everyone, it's time for me to make my annual batch of garlic scape and basil pesto fresh from our garden. So I thought I would share it with you today on IGTV with a quick video. This recipe only takes a few ingredients, can be made up really quickly in your food processor, and it's great because you can freeze it and keep it all year long. We defrost it for pastas, for sandwiches, like really for anything. Absolutely amazing, fresh recipe, and it does keep really, really well. What I do is freeze it in our ice cube trays, and then I pop them out and put it into a container or into a Ziploc bag, and then just keep those so we can easily grab them out. So for this recipe, you're going to need 10 garlic scapes. Now do keep in mind that I'm making a quadruple batch here today because we're obsessed, but you only need to do a single batch at a time and the recipe will be included. So again, 10 garlic scapes would be my single recipe. You'll use a half of a lemon juiced. You'll also use a half a cup of oil, so olive oil. You'll use a cup of finely grated Parmesan cheese, or grated Parmesan cheese, whatever you want, as well as a cup of basil, and then a quarter of a teaspoon of sea salt. And what you'll do is you'll start by, oh, I almost forgot the most important thing, pine nuts or some kind of nut. Some people I know have used walnuts. I typically use pine nuts. You'll use half a cup per recipe. So again, I gather all of my ingredients. I'm going to start by chopping up the garlic scapes, and to start I just wash them, and after washing them I'm going to remove the bulb at the end, and I'm also going to remove the really hard end, and then I'm going to chop up the rest of it into about 1-inch pieces so it'll be a little bit easier for my food processor to handle. Once I've got my garlic scapes all chopped up, I'm going to add them to my food processor, and I'm doing 2 batches at a time here just not to overwhelm my food processor. So I'm putting in 20 of the scapes because I'm doing a double. I'm going to put in 2 cups of my basil, again that's been washed, and I'm going to add in my salt. So here we go. Stop and scrape down the sides. After the garlic scapes, basil, and salt have all been well blended together in the food processor, I'm going to add in my oil, my pine nuts, my cheese, and my lemon juice. Stop and scrape down the sides. Once your pesto is all mixed up, all you've got to do is scoop it into a lightly greased ice cube tray, let it freeze for a few hours, and then you can pop them out and put them into a baggie or a container in your freezer and simply grab one whenever you'd like to enjoy some pesto. I hope you guys have liked this recipe. Let me know if you've got any questions, and I hope you follow along. Take care, have a good day.